Right now, your blood sugar could be rising. Not high enough to trigger panic, not high enough to cause pain, but high enough to matter. And the strange part? You wouldn't feel a thing. In the United States alone, 98 million adults are in this exact position. No symptoms, no warning, no obvious red flag. This stage has a name. It's called prediabetes. Imagine your body is a really busy kitchen. Every time you eat, the kitchen gets an order. Sugar comes in, the kitchen processes it, and everyone gets fed. Simple, clean, perfect. But what if the kitchen slowly started getting backed up? Orders piling up, the cooks getting tired, nothing burning yet, nothing broken yet, but something is quietly going wrong in the back. That is prediabetes. And most people have no idea their kitchen is in trouble. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what is happening inside your body during this phase, why you can't feel it, and what the science says you can actually do about it. Because this might be one of the most important health conversations most people never get to have. What prediabetes actually is. Let's start simple. Your blood always contains some sugar. That sugar is called glucose, and it is your body's main fuel. Like gasoline in a car. You need it. Your brain runs on it. Your muscles run on it. Every cell in your body depends on it. But too much sugar sitting in your blood for too long is like gasoline spilled across a hot engine. It does not explode immediately. It slowly causes damage. So your body has a cleanup system. When sugar enters your blood after a meal, your pancreas, a small organ tucked behind your stomach, releases insulin. Think of insulin as a key, and every cell in your body has a lock. Insulin fits into that lock, opens the door, and lets the sugar in. Sugar gets used. Blood cleans up. Everything returns to balance. Prediabetes is what happens when those locks start getting sticky. Not broken, not destroyed, just harder to open. So your pancreas makes more and more keys to get the same doors open. For a while, it works. Blood sugar stays mostly okay. You feel mostly fine. But the pancreas is working far harder than it was designed to, and that extra effort cannot last forever. Doctors define prediabetes when fasting blood glucose sits between 100 and 125 milligrams per deciliter, or when HbA1c, your 3-month blood sugar average, lands between 5.7 and 6.4%. Below that range, you are considered normal. Above it, the diagnosis becomes type 2 diabetes. But here is what most people do not hear. By the time those numbers show up on your blood test, the sticky lock problem has usually been building quietly for years, sometimes more than a decade. The test does not catch the beginning of the problem. It catches the moment your body can no longer hide it. How the locks get sticky. So how does this happen? Why do the locks stop responding? Picture your cells like houses on a street. Insulin is the mail carrier delivering sugar packages. In a healthy system, the mail carrier knocks, the door opens, the package goes in. Now imagine that street gets flooded with packages every single day, more than the houses can comfortably store. Eventually, the doors stop opening as easily. The mail carrier knocks harder, delivers more keys, works longer hours. That is insulin resistance. Your cells are not broken, they are overwhelmed. Overwhelmed does not feel dramatic. Exhaustion does not feel urgent, but quiet biological strain, repeated daily, compounds in ways that remain invisible until compensation fails. Several forces contribute to that overload. Consistently eating more than your body requires keeps sugar flowing in faster than it can be processed. Fat stored deep inside the abdomen, the kind you cannot see, releases inflammatory chemicals that interfere with insulin's signal. Like static on a phone line, inflammation itself acts like a low-level fire, persistent, disruptive. And then there is sleep. When sleep is restricted, your body produces more cortisol, a stress hormone. Cortisol signals your liver to release glucose into the bloodstream even if you have not eaten. More glucose, more insulin, more pressure. You do not have to look overweight for this process to be happening. This is about cellular signaling, not just what you see in the mirror. Who is more likely? Age plays a role. Muscle mass declines over time, and muscle is one of the primary tissues responsible for absorbing glucose. Less muscle means less buffering capacity. Family history matters. Gestational diabetes during pregnancy increases future risk significantly. Sleep and chronic stress are metabolic inputs with measurable effects. Persistently elevated cortisol increases blood glucose production. Over months and years, that compounds. Does it always progress? No. Not everyone with prediabetes develops type 2 diabetes. Some remain stable, some improve. The Diabetes Prevention Program studied this directly. Participants were divided into 3 groups: lifestyle change, medication, and standard care. The lifestyle group reduced progression risk by 58%. For participants over 60, the reduction was 71%. Medication reduced risk by 31%. Lifestyle changes were nearly twice as powerful as medication, and the changes were not extreme. 5 to 7% weight reduction, 150 minutes of moderate activity per week. Practical, sustainable, evidence-based. What works and why? Movement activates a glucose transport system called GLUT4. Think of it as an emergency side entrance. It allows glucose to enter cells without relying entirely on insulin. Exercise is a biological bypass of insulin resistance. Aerobic activity improves insulin sensitivity for up to 72 hours. Resistance training builds muscle, increasing glucose storage capacity. Dietary adjustments reduce rapid glucose spikes. Fiber slows absorption. Protein and healthy fats stabilize energy. 7 to 9 hours of sleep improves insulin responsiveness. Stress reduction lowers cortisol-driven glucose output. These are not soft suggestions. They address real biological pathways. Knowing where you stand. Fasting glucose and HbA1c provide a starting point. Fasting glucose shows overnight baseline. HbA1c reflects 3-month exposure. The oral glucose tolerance test is more sensitive in some cases. Continuous glucose monitoring provides real-time insight. These tools do not define your destiny, they reveal your current direction. Think about this. Prediabetes is not a punishment, it is a signal. Your body has been compensating quietly. The threshold is where the signal becomes measurable. The biology is not working against you, it is communicating. Consistent, moderate changes shift outcomes. You do not need perfection, you need consistency. The window is open, the evidence is solid. The trajectory is not inevitable. 98 million people, most unaware. A condition with no symptoms, sitting quietly while the body compensates. And yet this window is among the most responsive stages of chronic disease we know. Know your numbers, understand what they mean. If they are shifting, it is not too late. Now is the time to respond. The biology is not fixed, the window is open.